Okay, some of these guys did the filmmaking challenge yesterday and today, so we can hear about how that was for them. See if they have any questions regarding that.
People to see now.
Hello? Hello? Was somebody trying to say something?
I think it was, I don't know, I think it was Stanley's voice, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay, I think we have a couple of people, probably more people could join in while we start. Hello, good evening. I guess we can start the Q&A while others join in.
I think maybe, do you want people to say something, or I think we can just start?
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted us to introduce ourselves. Maybe that will help. Don't have some. Yeah, we could introduce ourselves. We can unmute one after the other and just introduce ourselves and our films which we have at the festival, or sorry about that. So could we start with Esther, please? Okay, Esther. Yeah, Esther. I remember Esther from yesterday.
Okay, I'm Esther, and I'm a filmmaker. That's basically it.
Thank you, Esther.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for joining in today again.
All right, thank you.
Faustina. Hello, Faustina, are you there?
Okay. Yes, I am here. Good evening. Sorry
evening.
For the late response.
Good evening.
Sorry, I didn't get what you want from me, please.
No, I said if you could quickly introduce yourself and, tell us about yourself, what film you have at the festival, or, just so we
Okay,
know you.
my name is Faustina, and I'm a filmmaker. I worked on the 20 hours challenge with my team. I call it Ace Productions. That's
Okay,
it.
Ace Production. Okay, thank you. Okay, can we hear from Julie?
Hello, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so my name is Julie. I am a writer and a film director. The
Okay.
film Bride Untangled was a short film that we produced during the Multi-Choice Talent Factory. I think it's cool today here. So thank you.
Okay, nice. Nice, Julie. Thank you. So we'll be coming back to you very soon to hear a little bit about the process and how you guys went on with that. So, Mo? Is Mo there?
You hi, Regina. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good
My name is
evening.
Moses Akazele.
Oh my God. No feel. Okay, oh, this name, I like it. It sounds like a title of a film. Good evening, Moses. Welcome back.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll be coming to you soon. So we have Odira. Am I correct? Did I call your name properly?
Yeah, yeah, Odira Ezejugo.
Odira. Okay. Good evening.
My name is Odira Ezejugo. I'm a screenwriter, director, and editor.
Okay.
So
Do you have
we
anything
made a
in the
short,
festival?
yeah, the short film, The Tom.
The Tom. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, for the challenge. Just a short film about trying to motivate people on how to get their PVC than sit all day ranting and
Okay,
looking for
so-
change.
All right, cool. We will come back to that. We'll just try to take questions on the people whose film screened at the festival. Then we'll come back to you. Thank you. So can we start with was it Julie? I think it's Julie, yes. Is there
Okay.
anybody? Yeah. Hi, Julie.
Hi,
You had your screening today, right?
I'm sure
Okay.
Bride Untangled, yes.
Yes, Bride Untangled. Okay. So we it'll be nice to hear a little bit about, from you how the filming process was for Bride Untangled. What was your
Okay.
experience like on set?
Okay, thank you very much for, having me on the call. Bride Untangled, like I said, was a production that we, made during our time at Multi-Choice Talent Factory.
Mm,
There, yeah, so I was a student, and it was my major attempt at film directing. I
okay.
also co-wrote the screenplay. So for the process of developing the idea into a screenplay, one of my favorite things is brainstorming with like-minded people, and
Mhm.
everyone had a very special input. So everyone had a very special input in the storytelling, bringing in their different cultures to the table. So what we wanted was a measure of all of these ideas. So when you
Yeah.
look at Tango, you can't specifically pin it to a particular tribe or culture, but you can have a sense of where the families are from. So we wanted to pitch the southern part of the country and the western part without, without really stating particularly where these people are from. So
From yes.
so
Okay.
we did an hybrid of the southern people and a hybrid of the western culture.
Okay.
Yeah, so Bride Untangled
Nice.
is basically a story about clash of cultures.
Mm,
When presented with the different perspectives that people view your culture, and told to perform rites that they view as a cleansing process, in the sense,
mhm.
we wanted to bring the conversation to the table that would you, knowing all of these parameters, knowing how like everyone comes from a different background, would you still push that certain things should be the tradition in your opinion? So
Okay.
so if you look at the story, we didn't say, oh yeah, this culture is right or this culture is wrong, but we wanted to say that, and the bride kind of represented someone who is the neutral ground. She is the table where the different perspectives can come in and get entangled, and
Yeah.
so it kind of just helps us to kind of mitigate that by doing what is asked of her, even though we cannot exactly tell if that
Yeah.
kind of if that kind of fulfilled the goal that the families wanted. So
Okay.
thank you.
Okay, that's really nice. So please feel free to ask questions if you've watched Bride Untangled on the festival platform or physically. She's here to answer all our questions. But I wanted to ask you, so since this was your first time on set, how was it directing it? How were you able to command your both the crew and cast?
Okay, so it's interesting that you asked that. First, it's not exactly my first time on set, and why I say interesting is because my very first time on set was on a Stanley Icarus production, which is Behind the Wheels, and since I've like fallen in love with the idea of film production. What? Okay, so I've always like been behind the scene writing. The part like an actual production, it started on that particular set. And he and a couple of other directors in Nigeria are the few people who I kind of just shadowed to learn more about the process. And in terms of now having given the mantle to direct on a set like this, first I would say, I would say it's a lucky opportunity. It's a very great privilege because we are being sheltered and provided for. So everything is almost like almost presented to you, and you have the crew to work with. They're your colleagues, so you're not exactly commanding anyone. Like there's a total team synergy, and everyone brings their perfect talent to the table. And it was nice seeing everyone kind of just take charge in their own way and try to bring everything to. So I learned collaboration, I learned communication. Communication was very important because a lot of things could have gone wrong. A lot of things went wrong because things didn't like really flow, and then things that went right, they did. People were able to share solutions to the problems and help the stuff move forward. So, I think it's not it's not like the real world right now. But
No, I think it's a nice way to start. Like you said, where it isn't the real world, like maybe one of those other kind of set, but it's still an experience. And for now, if you have such a foundation, I think it's a very good start. Because later on, your foundation needs to be solid, right? For you to be able to have your building stand strong. Yeah, so that's really cool. So how long did it take you to film?
Okay, so we filmed in 1 day, but we planned for about, a couple of weeks.
Pre-production, okay.
Yeah, pre-production took longer, but we had to film in 1 day because apart from it just being, there was a deadline. It's a school project, there's deadline, fixed budget, so you just really needed to work with the parameters given to you.
Okay.
All
right. Wow, thank you. That's really cool. So does anyone have a question for Julie? Her film is Bride Untangled. The name is quite interesting. How do you come across that?
I don't know. Like I have a thing with names. Sometimes like it makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't. Bride Untangled just was kind of probably lucky, but I think that the story itself just kind of gave us
that spirit. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, that's really cool. We'll you're still around, I'm sure we'll have more questions from others that will come back to you soon.
All right then. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us the brain and the behind the scene stories. So we have who else is in the house? Okay, we have Omoyefe. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, good evening.
Good
Welcome
evening.
to the Q&A.
Thank you.
So you're the director of Right Words.
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. I'm
Welcome.
happy. I mean, we're beginning to have more and more female directors coming out from
Yeah.
the, this is very good. Sonia and Julie, they're all here, and Esther, of course, and Faustina. So I'm really happy to see all these names. Very good, very good. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So you made you have a film at the festival, or you just worked on the challenge?
No, I have a film at the festival that screened today.
That's the one
Right
that is
Words.
called Right Words, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, amazing. So I'm just curious what we usually say, oh, what were the challenges and what I don't think there's any film set that doesn't have challenges, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But I think if you could just tell us how it was filming it, more like you did face challenges, but how were you able to overcome those challenges so that we can learn from you as well?
Okay. My major challenge actually was location.
Okay.
Because when I wrote the script, I didn't have production in mind at all. I was just writing.
Okay.
So when it got to actual planning of the shoot, we found out we had like lots of locations. My producer was like, if she knew on time, she wouldn't have taken the film because several places. Yes.
Where did you? Sorry, where did you film?
Lagos.
Okay.
Precisely in Isheri, Magodo Phase 1 area.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
all right.
We had like traffic lights. We had school, church. Because he had to leave his house to go to different places, so we had to film in all those places. But the major one about the location was initially in the script he had to move with his car, and that was supposed to give us a car ended up disappointing us. So we had to now get someone else. And the person we got had to go for school run about 2:00.
Oh, no.
Had to be exactly, and he had to be with his car throughout. So there and there on the spot, we were like, okay, let's just change the script and have his car break down halfway. Then when we now have access to the car later at night, something shall happens and then the car starts working again, So it was really on the spot decision.
Nice.
Just had to make sure everything just worked. So I would say the major thing was location.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. And especially in Lagos,
yes,
because it seems like it depends on where. That's nice. But so at this point, for example, because you had this, how did you manage to get the actors to understand that, okay, this was the difficulty you were having and you had to change the script?
Okay, so the good thing about the location challenge was that we needed just the main actor in all those locations. So even though we had lots of actors, lots of characters, most of them were one-offs. So just meet this person once and that's it. So it was easy, just act, and then once you are done with your scene, we are not seeing you anymore. It was just one character we had to deal with in those many locations with different characters.
That was some smart writing.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank
That's
you.
good. That's good. So does anyone have questions for Omoye?
I have a comment actually.
Okay.
Because what FA has not told us was how she managed to adapt the short film into a feature, because Right Words was made during the 20-hour filmmaking challenge in 2018 or so
Yeah.
in Yapatek. And this year she's made it into a feature and is showing at the festival. So I just wanted to take us through the metamorphosis from the 20-hour challenge, which some of the people in the room just finished doing today, and how she managed to survive that, and how she was able to take that short movie and adapt it into a feature. Just the journey, just to encourage someone else.
Okay. Well, like you said, it was part of the 2018 20-hour short film challenge, and I just knew that it had to be more than just a short film. There were other things that could have been added to make it into a feature. So I had to sit down, and also relatable to us Nigerians, especially in Lagos, the different things we face when, for example, if you are going from point A to B, something that is just supposed to be a simple thing, but at the end of the day, you meet like different hurdles that turns maybe your 5 minutes journey into like 5 hours, So that's what I had in mind, converting it from a short film to a feature film. And the fact that, now everything online, the vlogging is now a big deal, where you don't necessarily have to even have the correct news, but anybody can post anything and it goes viral, whether it's true or not. So that also helps me to flesh out the story more, to make it, and also I thought of adding parts where people also what's the word now? Will I say pick on celebs because they're like out there, So I try to touch the different categories, the people that are up there who are celebs, and also who have like platforms of also reaching out to coming out to clear their names in cases where whatever is posted about them is false, and also the like middle class that are just what's the word now? Just by mistake, just maybe you're just going about your normal day-to-day activity, and somehow you see yourself online just becoming an internet sensation just like that, So those were the different things that I just really wanted to touch on that people would actually relate with. And yeah, and funny story, we actually wanted to shoot Right Words in Asaba. So myself and my production manager, Depetua, went to Asaba. But by the time we got there, man, it was opposite of what we thought, it wasn't what we actually planned. So we had to run back to Lagos last minute, got a producer that helped with the casting. And initially the plan was to use new faces, no known face, but Nigeria mentality, you have to have at least a known face in the film, or else maybe it won't sell, or so we managed to get Femi Branch on board. He's like the only known face in the film, but he was really good on set. And so everything was just a learning process for everybody. It was my first feature, so I've learned from it. We've all learned from it. We had fun on set. It wasn't like a do or die affair. Like I told you, any challenge that came up, we just had to trash it out and move on. Like that. So it was really, yeah, a journey that was worthwhile.
Yeah. Okay. That's really cool. That's really nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, of course, if we have any questions later on, since you're still around, we'll probably just, call you back on.
Okay.
Thank you very much for
Okay.
sharing. Yeah.
You're welcome.
So we can move on to Moses.
So just quickly before we move on to Moses, have you been able to monetize the film? Have you had any deal? Have you presented?
Not yet.
Not
yet. It's still going through its festival runs, but as soon as it's done, yes, that we're looking into maybe pitching it to African Magic and Yeah.
I think you should
But
start
like,
that. You should start the conversation now instead of waiting. Even though you're still doing this festival, start the conversation now and send the screener so that at least it will just coincide with when you are done with the festival rounds, so you don't start the stress at once.
Mm,
thank you very much. Thank you.
True. That's nice. Thank you, Stanley.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have Moses, who has a film, or rather another film, right? Called, this name is Efe. Moses, please come on. Let me not even say the name wrongly. Are you there? Is it Efe Mena?
How much the everybody there? So let's have a deal. If I help you pronounce it, is how much will you pay me? It's a femina. A
What?
femina.
Efemena.
Femina.
Femena. Okay. Okay, let's start with the name. This name is quite peculiar, right?
Yeah, sort of. I think it literally means um, for simple terms, it
Yeah.
will literally just be my wealth or my glory or my happiness has come, something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
It's of Delta origin.
Yes. Because of the Ife part, I figured that would be coming from that part of Nigeria. It's a really interesting name. So this one is a very poetic story, it seems. You seem to be very attracted to such kind of storytelling. At least that's what I noticed. Where do you get the motivation to tell your stories in this manner?
I think for most of the stories I tell them in first person or singular. I started out writing poems early, even before I started to do screenplay or even got into film. I think I've been writing poems since like GSS2, and I'd always written in first person singular. It's just always been how I try to make every story personal to me, because that way it helps me see it. It helps me follow through the story. I put myself in it as much as possible. So I write my poems in first person singular, and I think it just transitioned into my filmmaking. Yeah.
Okay. That's a very nice way to say, and a different point of view, because when we talk about, at least I also did literature, when you think about how our African literature is, it's nice, it's refreshing to see this kind of stories, because it links, it reminds me of, I was a big fan of, obviously, the big names that we all know, Chinwe Achebe, and of course Elechi Amadi and the rest of it. So it's really nice to see films that, even though they're contemporary, they still give you this feeling, nostalgic feeling of the literature that we had when we were younger. So I noticed you also acted in this, right? Of course, you be Baba, you did direct the art. Man, how do you do this?
I mean, it's all boils down to our conversation that we had last year at the RTF when we premiered Closure. Yeah. So for me, I'm very strong on team, and if your team understands the assignment, just almost as you do, then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Your team will come through for you because they know what you're trying to do. Yes, it may be your direction, it may be your picture or treatment, but if they understand it as much as you do and they know where it's supposed to go, everybody will come through for you. It's not easy, like I said before, and I always say it doesn't come easy to do that. But I mean, if you're set out to do it, sometimes I think you just go all out. For me, I prepare way ahead of that moment as an actor and then as a director. So it's like wearing different caps, obviously, but I'm able to switch between both personalities because I put much more preparation into it, and then I let my team know what's going on, what I want to achieve. It just works for me.
Okay, that's nice. And so how did you go about casting for this? With particularly the character that, you know, the lady that you used.
Okay, casting. So after I think I wrote Ephemera in 2018, and I was thinking about, okay, who could pull the character, and then Ruby and I got talking at some point, and yeah, I remember that. Okay, man, she could sing. She's a fantastic actor herself, and she just really looked like who I was looking for to play Amanda. It was a no-brainer because even when she wasn't available and we tried to get somebody else on it, it wasn't working. Somehow we still went back to Ruby. So Ruby just had everything that we thought Amanda would have. Like if you read the character bio and you look at Ruby, you just felt like it was waiting for her.
Okay.
So she sat easy into it. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. All right. So do we have anyone
I have a question for Julie.
Yes.
I have a question for Julie. Julie, are you there?
Julie.
Yes, I am.
Okay, yes.
I'm here.
So your movie Bride Untangled, at the end of the movie, did that bride occupy the place of a protagonist or an antagonist?
I think she is a protagonist. Depending on like the lens we are looking from, because our major goal is to get married to this person who she's.
I know my goal could be to get married to somebody, and my process to get married to the person will be to kill the person's father. So the fact that is my goal doesn't make me a good person, because I saw a lot of things in the movie that perhaps maybe were not intended, but
yeah,
I saw a lot of things. So I'm asking you before I tell you what I saw. So was that girl a good person, or did she play on everybody's intelligence at the end of the movie?
Yeah. So the truth is, for what I was going for when I was interpreting the script, I wanted, like, she's not exactly a good or a bad person. And the reason is so that we're not pitching any agenda as the right, conversation to have, or versus another, because some people are like, yeah, let's uphold culture because this is how things have been done, and some are like, some cultures are outdated, some things are no longer relevant, and so we shouldn't bring in the concept of upholding our cultures. And so she's more like a representation of what is in a situation like this. You are not really able to tell what is, pure, what is white, what is black, because there is always existing that person who is the gray area, that person who, so she's like that representation. So she really could be a bad person, from wherever lens we're looking at it from.
It's not wherever lens, I'm very specific, especially the way you ended the movie. So it can't be whatever lens. And this is not about spilling the bean or letting the cat out of the bag. This is fact. Now we there. So anybody who hasn't should go and see it. So it's not spoiler. This is just us talking about the end. And I know I'm asking very specific because, okay, what was your vision for the end of the movie? Let me start from there. So the end of the movie, what's the vision there as the director? Yeah. Vision.
So my vision, using the character of the bride, is to say that we cannot really ascertain, what is true versus what is false. And the cultures have developed beyond what we know it to be, right? And so for the bride, I think that, from where she's coming from, she's like I said earlier, like an hybrid of the new culture and the old culture. So I still maintain that she's not entirely bad and she's not entirely good, because she knows. She knows.
You see, you are trying to run away from the question. Yes, there is in the depiction and the way it ends. Yes, she can either be good or bad. But with your vision and your intention, forget about the culture and everything. Let's focus on the girl herself now. In your vision and your preparation, was that girl good at the end, or was she bad? Was she sincere, or was she mischievous?
In my interpretation, I think she's good. And because of what her motive were, and her motive was to get married to this person and to prove that she is clean, right? Even though she had whatever ways to go about it, but she could prove it. And so, yeah, I think she's actually really good, because then she also avoided
so
conflict.
which way did she go about it? Maybe let me pick your brain because I'm going somewhere. I'm thinking perhaps I saw something that you didn't intentionally put there, but I saw it.
Okay.
So I want to find out that maybe it's what you put there, or maybe I just saw it and you didn't intentionally put it there, but it's there.
Is it not the last frame you're talking about?
The interaction between how things played out and she pleased the in-laws and showed them she could dance, and the last frame, the correlation between the two.
It was very intentional because it was very intentional. And when the funny thing, Mr. Stan, when this script came up, even like there was this conversation too about what then would be the message at the end, because people felt like, yeah, she probably is the bad person. What if she's actually, the Ayamira that they think that she is and all that? And I'm like, yeah, I think that it's good that this comes up at the end of the story, because that's the essence. And that's like literally my goal, to have people have that conversation about whether, if we are having a conversation on whether she's good or bad, it means that this culture has been faulted. Yeah. So this particular tradition of this particular person who is so rigid about it has just been faulted, but he doesn't know. So it's now more of, how do you move from this? How do you interrogate traditions that probably are meaningless?
They don't teach you that plenty grammar for the LTF. This your defense plenty. Calm down. Julie, in 30 seconds, I know everybody. Look, you know how I like leaving my ending open-ended so people can tell part of the story. But however, I end it the way I can tell you this is what I did at the end. However, it's open to different interpretations, but this was my goal. But I know people can interpret in different ways. So in your own goal, did you intend to end with her as a good person, sincere person? Or
no.
Did you intend?
She's not. She knows what she did. Yeah, she knows exactly what she did.
So what did she do? Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, she knows that she could, beat the, whatever their tradition was, so. But I don't think she's a malicious.
She's a terrible person. That's my conclusion. She's a winch. She's a winch. And I'll tell you why. Whether it was intentional or it was not intentional. So they told her she had to dance this dance and land on one foot to prove that she's not Mami Water or winch. And say, when she they waka around, never even beat drum, she fall 2 times. They can't say, oh yeah, dance the dance now. She can't dance her like say tomorrow, not day. They can't say, yes, carry her song, go. But that she go chop the song for night now. Nobody knows because people like says that again. However, you now choose to end the movie with a picture frame of her doing ballet as a child. So that means everything she played out for them was just choreography, because she had been dancing all her life, knowing that it might be your goal or not your goal, but this is my interpretation. That means she's been dancing all her life, and maybe when she was a child, she forced her parents to enroll her in dancing school because she knew the day would come that this would be a requirement for her to catch the man that she will marry and kill. You understand? Like this guy, she don't go carry that on timely death we don't send her. So naturally, without invoking her powers, she fall 2 times. When they can't say do or die, she can't go back to her real skill. Not necessarily because she could do it naturally, but because she has spent so many years mastering it as a professional dancer, and she just gave them what she had mastered. That's my interpretation of the ending of the movie, which makes her a winch. Bottom line. Thank you.
I love it. I love your interpretation, Stan. And you are a storyteller now. So you always like approach it with this. And it's very interesting. This really sounds very new to me, because I didn't even consider how she could be, that could be a possibility. And yeah, you're very right.
Because that's what that last, you see that picture at the end, that's what it does. The picture shows years of preparation for that moment. So when the moment finally came, whereas she was really guilty of what she was accused of and she couldn't have done it, but the preparation over the years being a ballet dancer gave her the kind of balance she needed to overcome her natural deficiencies. which made
Yeah.
her skillful and to get the man to marry and kill and make him die untimely death. Thank you very much.
It be like say Stanley, this untimely death of this groom or whoever it is really paining you because I don't understand why that is the main point.
Again, I winch now. Mona go watch the film. Mona understand what I thought. Again, I winch.
Yeah, I mean that's a good
They catch her 2 times. The guy himself can't do mumu. Let her go prove herself. When she, if you just go say, God has saved me from this winch, only he go do mumu, let her go dance, professional dance, stay full there. Mona go watch the film. Mona see.
All right, we should all go back and watch Bride Untangled again. But it's good. The Q&As, this is what they're meant for as well. You know, different points of view of, you know, stories, especially the ones that the director and the producer did not think about. So Julie, just in case you want to make it to a feature film, the scene now.
It's like origin story. You rise, the dawn of the witch. Arise, the witch arises.
I mean, it's not only the phoenix, I be easy.
Exactly.
When you do your, I will now do bride tango. They go catch her from my own film.
Oh my God, that's really nice. But yeah, does anybody have any more questions for any of the films we've talked about? We have had, of course, Julie, whose film is Bride Untangled. We've had Omoyefe for Right Words and Moses for Effemina. We have Sonia. Sonia is, I think I've not spoken to Sonia and Olofinte. Am I right? Which is the surname now? Oluwagbemi.
Oluwademiga.
Oluwagbemiga. Nice, nice, nice. What does the name mean? What does it mean?
It means God has lifted me up.
Yes, so
God has lifted me up.
Yes. You've been lifted up. That's nice.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay. So do you have any of your films screening right now? What is the name of your film?
No. I'm here to support my friend Omeyefe on Right Words.
Nice. Okay. So you've watched her film, right? What do you think about?
Oh, I've not watched the film, but I've seen the short film. The first one she did 2018.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm really proud of her.
Okay, do you Omoyefe, this is good though. This is good.
Thank you, Benga.
Yeah, okay, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
I feel low. I know say one day you go make us proud. Pick me.
Director, good evening.
Hello.
Now really, I know say that's nice. Okay. But it's good to always support, you know, the family and friend support is one of the strongest thing I've noticed in the Nigerian film industry. It's a good thing.
Yeah, thanks very much.
So Sonia, we've not heard for is it Sonia or Sonia?
It's Sonia.
Sorry?
It's Sonia.
Sonia, okay. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so do you have anything to tell us, whether you have a film or you have a comment on any of the films so far in the festival?
So I was the producer for 8 Billion, the one directed on this.
Really? You're the producer?
Yes.
Thank you. You know, I've just been feeling like, is it only directors that I heard? You're just coming to send the rest of. Thank you, Sonia. I think we should hook up after this as well. Welcome. Moses knows what I'm talking about. I'm always complaining that there are not enough female producers in the industry. Welcome. Tell us, how was your experience shooting this film?
So I guess it was just the difficulty of it being like our first major production right after closure. And just having to, it was really a guerrilla team because everybody did everything.
Yeah.
I did makeup, costume.
Welcome to the club.
by the
Welcome.
time- Yes, and then we also had the director acting as well as directing. So it meant everyone had to take on like multiple hats. But I think it was just really great to have like the right people on the team who were willing to support the dream and just make everything work. I remember we had to shoot what was it 3-day shoots, and so we
Okay.
had like different locations. So we had to go to different places to do like some of the locations that were like really far off. So we had one location that was all the way on the island because of the favors that were able to garner since this was coming from was out of pocket, and then we
Yeah.
had to also go all the way to the mainland, I think around Angola to shoot the other part of it. So it was trying to figure out how to do everything so that we don't spend so much, and at the same time, and to be honest, I'm really thankful for the director who also played was also co-producer as well, where he's very, I don't know if you know him, you know that he's very he knows how to talk to people. So there was that, being able to get favors as a result of that. Myself, I was still forming a little shy, or I don't know how will I say it to this person. But when we just say, oh, we need this, it's just like, okay, let's go and do this. And then he's like, oh, so we do that. If I have to do this, we have to do that. I know some of the things that he was able to batter for us, and then so it was crazy that I was learning from the director as well on how to produce. So it was a
I love
very
that.
challenging thing, but at the same time, it was something that I was able to learn, and I'm really grateful for it. Yeah.
No, thank you I'm so grateful you also said what you just said, learning from each other. I think that a lot of times people think that there's this textbook on how to be a producer, but I feel like every set has its own textbook, because you just have to figure out what you have to do at that moment and just let production has to move on, the show must go on, right? So there's no room for you to, and it's unfortunate sometimes too, they just be like, producer know this set, so nothing's supposed to move. That's not true.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I envy the other producers who we watch sitting cross-legged, drinking coffee and all of that. There are sets like that.
When you first start producing, you think that's the story. That's what's going to happen. You're just going to, once you hire everybody, you're done. But now, most of the time, you spend most of the time on your knees.
Yeah, so can I correct you? I want to tell you, you're a creative producer. Now, there's a reason I'm saying this. I thought about it very well. There are producers, there are creative producers, and of course, executive producers. A lot of times, if you're that involved in the production, you have to be a creative producer. There's no way that you just be given the title producer and that's it. So recently, I changed my title myself. I didn't wait for anybody to tell me I'm a creative producer. I knew that I had that is the job, So I'm happy you're telling us this. And sometimes people think that whether it is what do you call it, a feature film or a short film, there's a difference. There's really no difference. So production are production. Whether you're shooting for half an hour, you're shooting for 10 days, a lot can happen in half an hour. Oh, I'm so happy that you came to share your experience with us. Is there any other producer in the house? Please, can you comment on what she said?
I'm also a female producer.
Stanley.
Should they say in the world now, you are whatever you claim you are. In fact, I'm the president of America. Moses, I have a question for you, right?
Okay.
Is Moses there?
I think he's still here, yes.
Yes, I am. I did your wife.
So your movie, Femina, was it inspired by another movie? Because I saw it and I saw a movie I love so much in Femina. The tragedy and the end, and with the lady singing. And if it's the same movie that inspired that, let me know.
No, actually.
Are you serious? Okay.
When I was confused one day, I was driving, I think in 2019 2018. I was driving from the island to the mainland, and so there was someone in my car, a production manager was in my car, and then she was playing Rihanna's cover of Redemption song, and all I could see was a picture of a young girl who wanted to do music, and I just let her leave the song on repeat all through the trip, through the traffic and everything. And I think I was going to travel to France next week. So while I was in France, I had a free time, and then I wrote the first draft of Ifemena in 2018 and left it and then we shot it in 2019. So I think it was just an instant that I got that I kept just thinking about and thinking about till I was able to go on set to film it.
Okay, because there's
Stanley, which
this.
film is it?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
I'm trying to remember the title, but what happens is that in this story, the guy's in a relationship. He's going to work, and he enters this cab. I'm trying to remember the name. Kai. He enters this cab, and the guy who's riding the cab says something strange, like as if there's a premonition. And just as they move on, a car comes from the side and crashes into him, and he dies. And the scene just fades. And the next morning, he wakes up on his bed, and he's shocked and he's confused. He knows that what happened really happened. And then he decides to begin to make his relationship right. And his clock is ticking, and everything he didn't do right before, he begins to try and do them, and all the risks.
Oh, time looped?
I think so. And all the things he didn't do with his fiancée, he begins to do them. And on the final day when he's supposed to die again, I think the day he died the first time, she told him to get into the cab with. No. She was the one that died. She was the one that died. She told him to get into the cab with her, and he said no. And then the car crashed and she dies. But this time at the second end, the same cab, the same driver. And then she tells him to get into the cab with her, and he agrees, and he sits down. And he's anticipating, he knows that by the time they get to this next junction, after this traffic light, that car is going to come and crash them. And true to his expectation, the car comes, but he covers her. So he's the one who dies. And then at the end of the movie, the lady is at a clubhouse, and she's singing this very emotional song. I remember him, as I just say, that film, but that film is so powerful. Like, it's extremely powerful. You guys should, if I remember the title, I'll post it in the.
I think the name of the film is If Only.
I think so.
If only. Yeah, I was just thinking.
Yeah,
I think so.
that's the name of the film.
If only.
Yeah, I think so. I believe it is. Yes, I believe.
Now, why will people be doing this kind of emotional things? Please, not everybody that has the mind to watch it.
Trust me. That film is crazy, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's If Only. It's If Only. Yeah, I've checked it now. It's If Only. It's crazy.
No, Moses, go watch it now.
Moses should see that movie. It's just.
I feel like most times we run away from what reality is, and we want to tell feel good stories. But I mean, life happens the way it did. Okay, Ifemena is probably the story of a young talented man who was poor and battling leukemia, and easily felt it was malaria. They were treating malaria, drinking agbo, and all of that. But it's quite a talented man, and in the long run, I mean, they cannot actually afford to cater to leukemia. I mean, the woman sells a while going somewhere, and the boy is literally living his life as much as he can. He's doing music, he's a barber, he's a laundry guy, just trying to do everything before his time passes, and then he meets a young girl who has talent and is trying to give up. So there's a contrast in life where he's looking at somebody who has hope in life, saying, "Oh, because she didn't make audition, she's going to give up." Meanwhile, he has the talent, but he's not sure of life. And it happens. Many people are denied the privilege of doing as much because they are sick. They can afford to cater to whatever ailment they have, and their dreams are cut short. People die with dreams, with talent, and all of that. And these are real stories to be told. And I think for me, I actually resonate with these kind of stories also, which is why I told the Femina. I don't before when I wrote a Femina, I didn't know much about leukemia. I just realized that I read about it and I realized it's something that we don't talk about often. People don't even really know what it is. And sadly, I think in the year we made a Femina, we lost someone to leukemia, and I'm like, okay, so these are stories that should be told. Because when I wrote a Femina, I didn't know anybody personally living with it or anything. I hadn't met any patient. And after we made the film, I started to see more. We actually did a few interviews with real life patients or people who have survived or people who have lost people that live with leukemia. And then you come to realize that there's a gap in the health system because this thing is something serious and that we don't address.
Mm.
To get tested for it is money. To treat it is a lot of money. So people
Yeah.
just end up dying from what maybe the government or somebody would have been able to cater to.
Okay.
So these are
Yeah.
stories that we should tell. Yeah.
That's true, though. That's true. These are stories we should tell. Thank you for.
So I lead
for
actor has joined the room.
Can I just say something regarding stories?
Mm.
I don't know if how many of you were at the opening ceremony. RTF has partnered with this platform that connects between writers and producers. I think a lot of you are also writers and not just directors. I know, we all are. Regina is, I am, Stanley, everyone. So this platform helps you connect with producers, not just in Nigeria, but worldwide. It's still in a beta form. So right now they're gathering stories, but the important thing is that every story you upload to the platform is protected. The IP, the intellectual property of that story, is imprinted on your contacts and everything. Like when you register to this platform, you have to give a lot of information about yourself in order to, and then it saves it, and then everybody knows that this is this. Like if you have proof, basically, you have proof that the story belongs to you. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
very important.
yeah, exactly. So these are the first two features. There's a lot of features to this platform, but like I said, it's in beta form. And we really encourage you to start uploading stuff up there because it also helps you write your stories better. It asks you questions that producers will be asking when they're looking for stories and content to produce. And it forces you to format your script in a way that is commercial, that has all the necessary elements in a good story in a script. So I really urge you guys to check it out. It's called, if you go onto the Real Time Film Festival website and you scroll down, it's called Story Agent, and there's a link there to the
Story Agent.
platform, and you can start checking it out.
Nice.
Thank you, Mayor.
Excuse me, I didn't get the name of what you just said. I didn't get what you just said. Can you please type in the chat box?
Sure.
All right, thank you.
Story Agent. Okay.
Story Agent. Okay.
So this you could have in the.
Thank you.
I see someone has joined. Ruby. Hello, Ruby.
Hi, Regina. Good evening.
Good evening. Ruby, are you the one that acted in the film we're just talking about?
Yes, I am.
Oh, yay! We have an actress in the house. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, do you have a moment to just share with us how, it was filming this amazing film?
Yeah, it was a really exciting role for me because I kind of relate to the character in the sense that I've always wanted to pursue a career in music, but it doesn't just seem very forthcoming. And then all the struggle and rejections keep making me feel like, oh, maybe I'm not even supposed to be doing this, even as much as I really love to do it. So it was, yes, so it was really exciting for me to be myself in the
Wow.
character.
Wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. And how was it working with Moses and Sonia?
It was a pleasure. Yes, it was a real pleasure working with the entire crew and the cast. They were really amazing people on set and off set. It was a really good time. We had a good time. I had a good time on set.
That's really cool. Wow. So I would probably ask you, you know, you're right now the only actress on the platform now. How did you get into character? I know that you said this was, you know, it was very relatable for you, but did you have to do anything to get into this character?
Well, I would say it was quite easy for me to get into character, seeing that the character was really relatable to who I was or who I am. So it was quite easy for me to tap into myself and just be.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So those of us watching, what would you want, you know, people to take away from it, from the film?
Well, one takeaway, the Effemina has a lot of things to take away from it, but then one thing that really stands out for me is how we should live in the moment, regardless of how things are or where we feel like we are supposed to be or where we want to be. We should just live in the moment because you never can tell what will happen the next minute. So you just need to enjoy and just live while you can and take on everything that you must take on while you're still alive.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's a really touching one. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And the way she's saying it, as if we are supposed to cry. Yeah. You should not be talking to small children, you make them cry.
But anyway, I'm sure Ruby would love to hear more of your songs. Are you still singing? I mean,
Yes,
your
I am.
songs?
I'm currently working on releasing a song soon, so I'm really excited about that.
Oh, that's nice. Please let us know. You know, we'll definitely want to support you. Share it out.
Thank you so
Probably
much.
tell all my friends, make una go listen to this song, otherwise.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that's nice.
I hope
Thank you.
this will make us cry, Sha.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, that's nice. Does anybody have anything or any question for Ruby? If you have, she's still available. Let's ask all the questions that we can, or any thoughts you have about, you know, all the films we've been discussing about. Whose voice have we not heard yet? Let me go through our list. Although we'll be rounding up soon, we just want to make sure that everybody who's here at least says something.
We have
Okay.
Emmanuel in the house. Emmanuel, I don't think we heard him.
Yeah, I just saw that his name now. Hi, Emmanuel. Oh, and there's Desmond as well. Hello. Desmond or Emmanuel, can you hear us?
Yeah, good evening. Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Okay, Desmond, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so thank you for joining in. This has been the Q&A. We've been discussing the films that screened today on at the RTF Film Festival. Do you have anything that you would like to ask or say about the films or the festival, or of course the film industry?
I'm really excited about the film industry. The growth is really tremendous. The stories these days are really, really impactful, and I'm really looking forward to what Nollywood has to offer. Okay. Then as for the festival, I just joined. I'm one of the casting Right Words.
Actually, the main cast in Right Words.
Oh,
yes.
No.
Oh, we are sorry. Okay. Okay. Hi, welcome.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, okay. So you can tell us a little bit, right, how it was filming Right Words, and of course working with able director Omoyefe.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. Actually, the first time we worked together was on the real-time 20-hour short film challenge.
Mm.
And we did Right Words. Then we won an award for Right Words. Then,
oh, really?
Yeah,
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Real-time Festival 2018. So we won the award. Then she now told me that she wanted to do a feature film. And I was really excited because the story was different. And yeah, it was an interesting story. So yeah, that's it.
It was an interesting story. Yeah, that's nice. So is there any did you manage to watch any other film during these days rather?
Yeah, I've tried to, but the network is really horrible. I don't know if it's mine or it's the platform, because it just keeps buffering. So I keep trying and I give up. So that's been my problem.
Okay.
Let's go buy better data now.
Oh, yeah, glow with pride.
Glow with pride.
You see, they use EchoNet for 2021.
It's glow, grandmasters of data.
Okay. Thank you, Desmond, for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Do we have anything, any information we want to give out, Stanley or Ronya, before everybody goes? It's you know.
Well, just basically that films will still be screening. We're going to leave the films, every film that's screened from the first day till now, we'll leave them on the portal till Tuesday. But then tomorrow is the closing ceremony, and of course, we've shared the invite on the homepage of the website, so please should just check it out for the information. And we hope to see you guys there tomorrow. That's basically it.
Okay, so we're having this live, right? Like people need to come to the venue, not
yes, it's
online.
at Silverbed Galleria. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. And 3 p.m. or?
Yeah, it's 3 p.m. for the red carpet, then the main event starts at 5.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody, for having this time with us. We're always excited to hear from the filmmakers. And please keep making more films. Thank you all.
Thank you
and
so much, Regina, for handling the Q&A session. You're amazing.
It's a
and
pleasure.
doing it
Thank
so
you.
well.
Thank
And
you.
it was a pleasure meeting everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We can't wait to see you tomorrow at the closing ceremony.
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to know the films that won awards. You know, that hourglass is just something else. It just looks really cool. So
So
good
for
luck,
those of
everyone.
you, who don't know, Regina is actually doing all of this from wonderful Norway. She won't be able to join us tomorrow, but she's
Yes.
a filmmaker herself. She's a producer. She's had a film in our festival last year,
And last 2 years, and the year before last.
and the year before last. And she has a TV series now, and yeah.
Yes, that's
So-
true. I'm excited. Can I talk about this TV series quickly?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you're the only one I think in this panel who made a TV series, unless everybody's tired and they want to go, which is fine because I think we've passed the time.
Yeah, we have. Just really quickly, please, you guys. It's a makeup reality show. Just showcasing upcoming talented makeup artists in Nigeria. So we just have it many of you probably have watched MasterChef, right? Where you have different home cooks coming together. So in this case, we have makeup people, and then they have different challenges that they have to go through every week. And of course, the winner at the end of the season goes home to wins prizes to start up their businesses. So please check out Golden Brush. That's the name of the show. We're still looking for, TV platforms to air it in Nigeria. Stanley, I'm coming for you. Anyway, I'm joking.
When you are not the bride of Tango, how can you confirm?
The bride of
Have you tried Honey TV? Have you heard of Honey TV?
No. Okay.
So, yeah, I think you should check it out because they want a lot of original lifestyle.
Yeah.
Content,
Okay.
and it's fresh. So you should check. They have an Instagram handle, and I can send you a message, maybe an email. They have a portal where you can submit your pitch.
Send that. Okay.
Yeah. So those.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Julie.
Sure. You're welcome.
I'll definitely check that out. That would be great because we've, we premiered season 1, but on a platform called Afroland TV. It's an international platform. So it would be nice to have it on, the Nigerian TV stations. Yeah. Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
But you can check out the clips on, what do you call this? On Instagram. We have the Instagram page. You can look at it. And okay, yeah. Why I'm also saying this, for those of you who are interested in hiring out makeup artists, the ones who aren't so expensive, definitely contact me. I'll love, the contestants are more than willing to work on different films because the kind of challenges that they face are everything that has to do with makeup. So, and we have amazing special effect makeup artists who participated in season 2. So please reach out if you need anyone.
That's very important. Regina, if you can just drop in the chat the name of the WhatsApp Instagram handle,
yeah,
or how they can reach you, that would be great. Or what is the name of the show?
Yes.
I think that will be really good for everyone because we're always looking for good makeup artists.
Yeah, I have like 2 really good special effect makeup artists that participated, and you would definitely, and they're willing to learn. You also need people who are listening. They're not people who come and they're like, oh yeah, we already know the thing, so. Thank you for listening to me, everybody. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Regina.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
very much.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, bride untangled.
This time you'll be haunting people.
Better go and tangle that bride. Good night.